Hey everybody, it's Larry Berman here. Happy St. Patty's Day weekend. I've got that little bit of Irish in me, if everybody remembers. So we're getting close to my favorite time of the year. Um, Basically, when the seasons change, and we look forward for the next 6 months of the weather getting warmer, and me coming back to Canada from my migration down south in the colder months. So looking forward to North American golf season, and St. Patty's Day to me is the weekend is always kind of kick that off. Certainly since I did a DNA test and figured out I was a big part Irish by my heritage. Anyways, let's dig into the chart room this week. There was a lot of wood to chop, and but the message really hasn't changed. My trusty Bloomberg terminal compiles and tracks tons of data, and we had the University of Michigan sentiment come out, and the bifurcation politically is what I want to underscore in bold, because when you ask an American what they feel about the economy and consumer sentiment in general, if you're a Republican, you're pretty optimistic compared to if you're a Democrat, with the median running as the independents. So that's, I think it's the independent sentiment that's the right number here. Republicans are still very, very optimistic. But what we did see this week, or this month, sorry, in the consumer Michigan sentiment, for the first time in quite a while, again, Trump election, is a significant downtick in expectations economically from Republicans. And so I think that was a big message in the week. But look at the difference when asked about their outlook for the economy compared to Democrats. Like, it's just off the charts. How about when it comes to inflation? Okay, so they asked two questions. What is your expectation of short run in the next year? And then what is your expectation of long run? So in the next year, if you're Republican, you don't think there is any inflation, which of course is absolutely ridiculous, but they seem to believe what the president is saying, that, in his very short time in office, he's making a difference, which he can't possibly from a statistical basis. But if you're a Democrat, you think it's worse and getting worse, So again, it's inflation, but really is a Democrat and a Republican as an American that different in terms of their inflation expectation? Well, hold on. If you're not either, what's your inflation expectation? And the answer is, as an independent, higher than it was before. So the sentiment now around inflation outlook, tariffs, is going to be a big part of the market going forward. Notwithstanding all of that, let's look at some of the price action year to date, and then we'll blow it up and look at the last couple of days here. What we're looking at here is a basket of Qs. So the best, highest quality, most profitable tech and consumer companies in Canada, in the United States. And then the Goldman Sachs non-profitable tech basket. So these are tech companies emerging, up and coming, that don't yet make any money. And when you look at when it's good, money flies into the more speculative names. So you could see that early in the year. And when it's bad, money comes out of them and literally melts. So the non-profitable companies in the last 3 weeks have gotten absolutely obliterated, and we're down 25% as a basket up until the bounce that we saw on Friday. the bounce that we saw on Friday, given that the leadership didn't come from the quality names, but came from the junk that rallied almost 5% on the day, tells a story. It tells a story of speculative short covering and not necessarily, okay, it's over. So what caused that? Well, when we look at the price action this week of the quality tech, we came back down and we tested the 61.8% retracement of the last rally up. It looked on Thursday like it was going to break. It closed right at the line. And of course, Friday we rallied. We rallied back to basically the top end of the weekly range, but still week on week down from the close previous Friday. So it was a net loss on the week. But we held a key level and that caused some short covering. That's the message here, folks. I wouldn't get too excited about this rally getting back above the 200-day average that has been rising for the past 2 years and now is starting to roll over. So we need to get back above 500 and hold for me to be convinced that the bottom is in and we're stable. And I just don't see that playing out. Anyways, we'll see what the charts bring this week. Happy St. Paddy's Day to everybody. Caution remains the message. Go Leafs, go.